Typical YN attire for sure.
Excuse me, the diner is closing and you need to... Are you okay?
Connor. All right, Chad, I ain't gonna lie. The funny thing about this is we haven't done like our horror reactions in a long time, bro. I have been playing a lot of horror games on my variety channel. I've been playing mad horror games, but like I haven't played any XL. Yeah. CxRobin XL.
The f is that?
It's 11 o'clock at night. I pray to God. Am I being scared? Should I turn the lights off? Should I dim? Wait, let me see what it look like if I turn the lights off. Oh, yeah, no, I'm black as hell. This is as dark as it can go, and that's way too dark. Just turn. You smell that, chat? He finna say something crazy. Nah, what's that in the back? We ain't even start watching the videos yet, and you acting weird. Like, whatever, bro. What's that in the back? Like, first one we got is 3 true horror iPhone stories animated. I always like stuff like this because I feel like it's like we use iPhones every single day, bro. This could happen to you, not me, because I'm smart, but you, it could happen to you. Lock in with me. Oh, wait, I'm in. See, that's how I know I'm scared. I got this muted. Oh, that's loud. Lock in with me. The following stories were inspired by... Okay, can I read it first? Goodness gracious. Let's slow down a little bit, sir. The following stories were inspired by or loosely based on actual events or locals or persons living or dead. They didn't have to put the dead there. They didn't have to put the dead there, but whatever. I get what they're trying to do. The creepy Find My iPhone incident.
I grew up in Denver, Colorado my whole life.
Gummy, you better stop laughing. You live in Denver. You live in Colorado, maybe not Denver. You better chill. This first one is for you, buddy. Yeah, nah, no stop while you playing.
At the time, my parents had just bought me an iPhone for my birthday. I was of course excited to finally have my own phone. They bought it for me so that I could communicate with friends and family.
W
I would
parents.
also use it to listen to music while I walked to and from school. I usually walked every day. As the school was only a few minutes away from my
AirPods.
house, everything was great until one day. I was walking home from school, messing around with my iPhone and listening to music, when, out of nowhere, 2 masked and hooded men jumped out at me.
This right here, I'm not gonna try to pause a lot, y'all, but I need to because it's stuff like this that bothers me. Okay, hold on. All right, the reason that stuff like this bothers me is because we have been glued to these phones, bro. Listen, these phones, we have been glued to them. Stuff like this happens all the time. Mr. Never Lacking, yeah, bro. But obviously, this is his first iPhone. You know when I got my first iPhone, bro? I was 15 when I got my first iPhone. You gotta let your kids know stuff like this because this could happen to anybody. But yeah.
Before I could do anything, they charged at me and wrestled me to the ground. Then
Hey, yo, why he on him like that?
The other tried to pry the phone out of my hands.
This is nasty for an iPhone.
There was no one around. I kept wailing for help as the 2 men got my phone and both ran away to a nearby getaway car. The next thing I knew, they were driving away with my phone. I was incredibly shaken up and immediately ran.
Doing
home
all
to
that
tell
for
my
an
parents.
iPhone is ridiculous,
they called the
though.
police and made a report, but the police told them that there wasn't much they could do. There was sadly no surveillance footage in the area, and I couldn't give a very good description of the men since they were masked and hooded. I was completely devastated that I had lost my new iPhone. It didn't help that my parents were kind of hard on me. They didn't even buy me a new phone because they were afraid that I would get robbed again.
I wouldn't have bought you a new phone either. I taught you to be aware of your surroundings when you was 10. Look both ways before you cross the street. Now look at you. Look how they had you on the ground, big bro. I wouldn't get you another phone either. I would never want to see my son. Look at how they got you, bro. Look. I would never want my son to be like these again. I'm gonna be honest.
Then one of them held of the men since they were masked and hooded. I was completely devastated that I had lost my new iPhone.
I would have been hot too, though.
My parents were kind of hard on me. They didn't even buy me a new phone because they were afraid that I would get robbed again. I was pretty depressed about it. I felt like an outcast at school since everyone else had phones and they were always
in the corner like, look, wouldn't let that happen to me though.
I told my 2 friends what had happened. They couldn't believe the situation either. That's when one of them suggested that we use the Find My iPhone feature to track the phone down. I was kind of skeptical and didn't think that we'd actually be able to find it, but I figured it was worth a shot. So my friend pulled up the information on another device.
Uh-oh,
To my
okay.
surprise, he was actually able to track down the phone. I couldn't believe it. It wasn't
Now
even
these
far
three
away
idiots are about to
either.
go
The three
try
of
to
us
get it.
walked to the location and found that the coordinates led to a
Gang. Oh my God. These two dudes just robbed you with very minimal effort, bro. You finna pull up on them. No weapon, no parents, no police. What you want them to take next? Parents out there, please teach your kids street smarts, bro. This gotta stop
I figured
happening.
we should just call the cops and let them handle it, but they didn't even seem like
Pretty
they had
gamer, you
cared about
foul.
the situation before. We decided that we would come back to the house later that night and handle the situation ourselves. I wanted revenge, and we knew that we were the only ones who could get it. We went through a few different scenarios of what we could do. Finally, we decided on a plan. We would mask up and set the house on fire. We were all a little hesitant and scared, but we agreed that we had to do it. So, later that night, I waited for my parents to fall asleep. Then I snuck out of the house while wearing a mask.
What? How did we get here? 3 minutes ago, you got robbed.
And hood.
What's up, Lex?
I met my friends at the nearby park. Then the three of us started walking toward the house with our supplies. We had all brought gasoline and other products.
Where did he get that?
The house would burn. We didn't talk to each other much as we walked towards the house. We were all too nervous. We all knew that what we were doing was something dangerous, but it felt good to take matters into our own hands. When we got to the house, we got even more quiet. We slowly snuck towards it and began pouring the gasoline. Once we were done,
why is it green?
there was only one thing left to do. Instantly, the house burst into flames. We all ran away as fast as we could before anyone could spot us.
Over an iPhone? Nah, y'all.
Then we each headed to our separate houses. When I got home, I snuck inside and went to my bedroom. My parents were still asleep. They had no idea what I had just done. I climbed into bed and tried to sleep it off.
Instant
but my heart
regret.
wouldn't stop pounding, and my anxiety was too high. I heard sirens drive by a few minutes later. I tried to ignore them and just focus on falling asleep. By the time the morning came, I was still awake. I had just laid in bed all night, scared that someone was going to come knocking at the door, but no one ever came. We had gotten away with it. I got out of bed and started getting ready for school like any other day. Then I checked the news. There was footage of the fire on TV. Apparently the house had burned down almost completely, killing a family of 5 that was inside.
This is a menace. What? Yo, bro. This not even spooky. He just need to get locked up.
I went to school after that and saw my friends there. We all acted like nothing happened. None of us said a word about the night before. We just tried to put it behind us. But every night since, I couldn't fall asleep. I couldn't stop thinking about the footage of the fire.
I do not want to hear nobody burning to death. Thank you.
Inside. Months later, my friends and I were arrested for starting the fire. The cops had found security footage of us outside the house, and they were able to get the IP addresses of anyone that had searched the home's address on Google. We were all charged with arson and murder and sentenced to prison. What made it all the worse was that I found out that it wasn't even the people that robbed me. We had tracked down the
Yeah. He's done. Get him out of here.
phone to the wrong location.
Nah.
As I went through everything
Arlen say how'd they get that camera angle, right? Like what?
involved with the trial and sentencing, I couldn't help but think about how it had all been over an iPhone. All of that for just a phone. This story was inspired by a horrific incident regarding a 20-year-old Colorado male named Kevin Bui, who faces up to 60 years in prison for taking out an innocent family of 5 by setting fire to the wrong home. In a barbaric revenge plot over his stolen iPhone, Bui pleaded guilty to igniting the late-night blaze in a Denver neighborhood in August 2020, after using the Find My iPhone app to track his stolen phone to a general area. Bui, who was 16 at the time, was portrayed by the prosecutor as the ringleader of the 3 friends who plotted the inferno that incinerated the Senegalese family, which were all tragically taken away in the blaze.
I got the chills. Dude, what in the world?
3 other people broke bones while escaping by jumping from the 2nd floor of the home in the middle of the night. Surveillance video has captured Bui and his two friends wearing full face masks and dark hoodies when they set the fire to the home.
This got nasty. This did get nasty.
A search warrant and obtaining their IP address that had searched the home's address within 15 days of the fire. The suspects were arrested about 5 months after the blaze. All three were sentenced accordingly.
Dude, I ain't gonna lie, that was a good one, but it wasn't a good one at the same time. Cause like, why did they do that? And this is a lesson, bro. As parents, you gotta teach your kids how to process their emotions. Okay, you can be upset that you got robbed, right? But you don't do that. That's insane. Like, dude. Nah, that's insane. All right, next video. Next horror video. This is actually a horror short film with like real people, not animated, and it's called Closing Time. Okay. I'm kind of rocking with this. Yeah, AOC, that's not. I'm not putting that in the video, bro. You're ridiculous. You're insane. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah. Yep, that's why you need to wrap it up. Where you finna go? What y'all think she's doing, chat? Oh, okay. I ain't gonna lie. I thought she was about to get that little thing up out of there. Really good production. I like how this is. Hold on. We got a snoop. Okay. Said he'll left me off early. Do you need anything on the way home? No, it's okay. Actually, do you want to get some dinner or something tonight? Yeah. Is everything good? Question mark. I just want to talk to you about something. Yeesh. Yeah. Want to meet for ice cream? That place on 90. Okay. Yeah. She finna let him know. Where? Oh, he said it might be a little early, but he's actually late. 15 minutes late. She better have that Gen 5 with the switch. No. Absolutely not. Great awareness though. W awareness.
Hi there. Sorry, I didn't hear the bell. I was in the back. Do you want something to drink?
Just water.
Yeah, let me get a water.
Yeah, water it is.
Okay, all right, where she messed up at, right? She had to turn around to see him. If I see that instantly, you know what I'm doing? I'm moving to the other side and I'm getting in on the other side of the booth. I need eye contact with the YNs at all points, all times, no matter what's going on. I need to see you and I need to see what's going on.
Just tell me what I should do. I don't know what to say.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Come on. Let's be. What are we doing?
Hi, are we ready to order?
Actually, I'm waiting for my boyfriend. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Just so you know, you're free to stay, but we do close in 10 minutes.
I'm sorry. I thought he'd be here.
Don't worry about it. I'll make sure you both get some food.
Thank you.
She nicer than me. When I was a waiter, I'd have been like, kitchen closed. Go home. You had all day to come here. Like what?
Hey, this is Connor. Leave a message.
And he's not answering the phone?
Where are you?
No.
The place is already closing, so if you don't show up soon, I'm gonna have to leave. Can you just get here, please?
Hopefully he okay.
I really need to talk to you.
That's why niggas never got a tip. I'll show you a tip. Pause. Uh-oh. Yeah, do some research. Where was she when she went missing? Body found, serial killer suspected. Yep, I seen everything I needed to see. You seen the dude in the hood. 5 months, women in 3. Wait, let's say 5 missing women in 3 months. 5 missing women. Oh yeah, she's bugging. To look this up in the bathroom of the place you at with that weird man out there is insane. But oh, that's.
Have you seen him?
No, I don't think so. Sorry.
That's okay. Sorry about
I
this.
would not have stayed
Don't be
until they
sorry.
closed.
Do you need anything else?
As soon as he left, I would have sent him a message. They closed. I'm going
If
home.
you don't mind me asking, how long has that man been here?
A while? I don't know. Why?
I don't know. I'm probably being paranoid.
Oh, don't worry. I feel the same way. He didn't say a word when he got here. He just walked in and sat down.
Have you asked him to leave?
No. He keeps looking at me when I walk by, like he's waiting for me to close. It's making me nervous.
Yep.
Are you the only one here?
No way.
Is there a manager you can call?
No, it's just me.
Oh,
My
no.
manager never picks up the phone this late.
L manager. What the heck? This is kind of
I
nasty.
I just don't want to. Should I call the police for something like this? I don't know how
Yes.
this usually works.
This is too real. As a I'm a man, so I don't get it. But
But can
you know,
have your phone ready?
I understand.
Just in case you need to call.
Girl,
you
wait till you
sure?
clock out. We leaving together. Factuals.
Yeah. I'll be fine.
Okay.
You ain't got no
Thank you for
knives.
doing this.
You ain't got no knives in the back, big bro. What you cut? Some, okay. Oh, better than me. She does not look confident. Her whole body
Excuse me?
language is.
Hello?
He is a YN, chat. Look what's on his feet. Look, Yeezys. Yep. Straight YN. I'm calling the police. Typical YN attire for sure.
Excuse me, the diner is closing and you need to... Are you okay? Connor?
Connor.
Connor? Connor? Connor, baby, wake up.
She showed the girl a picture and was like, I ain't seen him. Something ain't right. The waitress, yes.
Connor, can you hear me? Connor! Wake up, Connor.
Oh no. It's too late for all that. And you locked in? Oh Lord. This is bad, chat. This is bad, chat. This is bad, chat. I know that ain't who I think it is. Dude, you know what's crazy about that? I trusted that girl all to the very end, bro. So you just can't trust everybody, bro. You gotta keep people that you don't know that well in a box. Okay, this is the box. You put them in this box, right? And then I got a box over here. These are my close friends, family, all of that, you know. And then you got this box right here. This is new people. You ain't never getting over here. It's tough. As long as you in this box, you guilty until proven innocent. That's ridiculous. That was a good one though. All right, we got another short horror film. This one is called Charlie Charlie. It came out 3 months ago and it got 7.2 million views. So I was like, this got to be some heat. Let's see what they talking about. All right, she finna play something that's gonna conjure something up and she gonna die. I'm calling it right now. Yep. See what I'm saying?
Charlie, Charlie, are you there?
We really used to do this in school, bro. I just got the chills.
Charlie, Charlie, are you there? Daniel, get out of my room before I tell Mom.
Ugh.
Hey, Addison.
The little boy got.
Leave!
Why is his teeth so little?
Miss me.
That's literally having like a little brother, bro.
Charlie,
I never had a little
are
brother,
you
but
there?
like I can only imagine.
Charlie, will I pass my exams?
He said no, go you. He said, you know what you need to be doing? Studying and not playing this game. Like what?
Charlie, are you sure?
Go open up a book.
Charlie, will I be rich?
Not if you don't read your books. You know you ain't never gonna make it. You ain't got it in you.
Charlie, are you a good spirit?
See that? That went right to no. Directly on to no.
Charlie, can we stop?
Ooh, the blood of Jesus.
Charlie, can we stop?
It's too much space behind me, chat. This is, yeah. Why is he emoting, bro? He's just standing there like this. Like, bro, what are we doing? Right? Mom, I threw up pose. Mom, I missed the bus pose. Mom, here's my report card pose.
Daniel, is that you?
Nah, bitch, it's Charlie. See? Told you.
Addison, can we play?
Charlie?
Look, you done got your little brother possessed by Charlie. I ain't gonna lie, I would have yeeted him. He's this big, bro. I've watched too many horror movies to know that you just need to stay where you at or run as fast as you can. What you doing right now is not gonna make a difference whether you live or if you. Oh, she's cooked. You just gonna stand there and let it happen. I hate her. She just made me so mad. Certain things that you just don't mess with, and I ain't gonna lie, you know what it is? Spirits. And you know something that I saw, this is what it was. I saw something, Chad. It was like, bro, I don't respect the evil spirits in movies. You know why? Because they always go and they take over the body of like some child or like something that's like, you know what I'm saying? I'm taking over like Jeff Bezos and I'm going on a shopping spree. Like I'm gonna do something that I didn't do here. Like, what are we talking about? I'm not just gonna take over a child and haunt the nice white lady that live in the house. Like no, I don't respect that. All right, chat. Next one we got some fire. This one right here. I literally just went to Six Flags and I was at Fright Fest. 3 true Six Flags horror stories animated. Let's lock in. Yep.
A few years ago,
the creepy Six Flags
Six
guy.
Flags with my daughter and my boyfriend during the summertime. It's always been one of my daughter's favorite things to do.
Who is that? Yo, who is him? Who is that right there? Look at his head. Why they draw him like that?
It was the thing we did every summer. We did the usual. Everything Six Flags had to offer, like playing the games.
Who is? Why they playing with these people like that, dude? Look at him in the back, y'all.
On rides together and eating all the overpriced food we could stomach. There was only one thing I noticed about the day that was out of the ordinary. Normally, when the park is as packed as it was, it's very unlikely, if not impossible, to see the same face more than once. However, there was this one large middle-aged man who kept popping up everywhere. It seemed like every single
Look at him. Look at how they made him. Ain't no way this should be a story for the simple fact that you should be able to outrun him speed walking. If you can't do one of these and get away from him, go home. That's it. That's it. That is all you need. That is all you need to get away from him.
Ride we went on. He was just a few spaces behind us in the line. I thought about telling my boyfriend, but
I can't look at
against
him.
it. I didn't want to disturb him
You
or my
didn't tell
daughter
your
and spoil
boyfriend.
their fun.
Wait, that's her boyfriend? Bro, it's so much wrong with this.
Besides, if that creepy guy did end up trying anything, I knew my boyfriend would be there to put a stop to it.
Her boyfriend is
Unfortunately,
ugly.
I couldn't get it out of my mind.
Look at him,
It was starting
bro.
to creep me the hell out that the weirdo would pop up literally everywhere
Your
we
boyfriend
went.
face don't creep you out, man?
I suggested we go to a ride on the opposite side of the park.
Look
My
at her
family
daughter
complained
part.
and
This is all.
protested a
This is
bit,
all.
but eventually
Horse Church
just
Party,
agreed
y'all
to go with
bogus
me.
for this
We
animation.
hurried through the crowds of the park as Six Flags was packed as hell.
Look at his
When we
face.
reached our destination,
I'm
I
sorry.
made sure to
I'm
be
done
the
talking
last
about
one
it.
in line behind them just to make sure we weren't being followed. At first glance, it looked like we had finally lost him. I was relieved, thinking I managed to keep my family safe without them knowing we were potentially being stalked. But then
How your
out of
man ain't
nowhere,
notice he don't love
I
y'all?
felt the hairs
Facts.
on the back of my neck stand up. I felt sick. I had every instinct to turn around even though I had just looked over my shoulder 15 seconds ago. I didn't want to believe it, but
Yep.
I couldn't doubt myself for very long. I turned around, and that's when I saw my worst nightmare. It was the same repulsive creep standing right behind me, taking pictures of my daughter.
Hey, why are you taking pictures of my daughter?
I'm not. I was just taking a selfie.
I pray to God I'm never in a situation like this because I ain't gonna lie, y'all. CxRobin might be. Go ahead. You did that to him? Yes, I did, sir.
Oh, bullshit. I've seen you following us around the whole park. I'm not blind, you idiot.
What are you talking about? I haven't seen you all day.
You're not worming your way out of this, you nasty
I know
creep.
his
Give me
breath
your
hot.
phone.
Hey, stop. Let go. It's mine.
Hand it over. You want to bite the damn curb?
Get off me.
Ugh, you're sick. I knew it. You can't find someone your own age, you disgusting piece of shit.
I don't like cakes. I like cupcakes.
You
What? What did he say? Pack him up, bro. People like this can't be rehabilitated. Ain't no way he just said that out loud. No. Lock him up with Diddy. They all gotta go. We gotta get all these creeps up out of here, man.
sick bastard.
Hey, dipshit! You're gonna delete every single photo you took of my daughter, and I'm going to watch to make sure you don't miss a single one. You got
The boyfriend
that?
all up on
They're
him.
my photos.
He
I don't
backing
want
it
to
up on
delete
him.
them.
So, you'd rather get sent to the hospital in front of all of these people?
I'm just trying
The
to
boyfriend
strike
voice
a chord
actor.
because it's probably a minor.
If you don't delete those photos, I'm gonna stick this phone in your mouth and punch your double chin into your brain.
He said I'm trying to strike a
By
chord.
then, a crowd of people were watching the whole thing. As the creep went through his phone and deleted all the photos he took, people in the crowd were cheering us on, telling us to beat him up. I sure wanted to, but if we'd handed him over to them, they might have torn him to shreds. Afterwards, the creep ran off
look at
with his
his
tail between his
face.
legs. As for my family, our day was thoroughly ruined, so we went home. The car ride back was very tense, almost completely
hate her
silent.
boyfriend's face.
Nobody wanted to talk about
This
what
nigga is
happened, but
hideous.
we all knew it would be the last time we ever visited Six Flags. I couldn't sleep for the next few nights, and then I finally figured out why. We never made him clear out his trash folder, so it's more than likely that even after the entire scene, that sicko still has every single one of the pictures he took of my daughter. To this day, it eats at me, but I've never brought it up. The only saving grace to the situation is that the altercation was caught on camera and went viral. The internet dragged him relentlessly. Many people pointed out that we let him off easy. I'm inclined to
Facts.
agree,
I ain't gonna lie. I
but
would've held
knowing
him until
that
the police
entire
came.
world has seen his face and knows what kind of monster he is. It does make it a little easier.
Yeah, and
to
they saw
sleep
your
at night.
and they saw your boyfriend's face too. They both like this looked like two brothers fighting, bro. They are related somehow.
It does make it a little easier to sleep at night.
I think this was actually
story
I
was
knew it.
inspired by a creepy Six Flag incident regarding a video that was posted on social media that had gone viral about a mother who caught a man taking pictures of her child at Six Flags. The mother just so happened to see the man out of her peripheral vision before she confronted the man.
Is that the boyfriend?
When she confronted him,
He don't look nothing. He look a little zesty, don't he?
Regarding a video that was
all right, so I don't care how he look. He's supposed to look ugly.
Viral, about a mother who caught a man taking pictures of her child at Six Flags. The mother just so happened to see the man out of her peripheral vision before she confronted the man. When she confronted him, she asked to see his gallery, and when she did, she stated, "Why do you have pictures of my daughter on your phone?" A man on the side overheard the conversation and was telling people either he will go to jail or the man who was taking the pictures would. The mom ended up getting the man to delete these photos, and before the video ended, she can be seen cussing profanities at the man. It was unsure if the police got involved after the incident. One can only think, how many pictures could this guy have taken? And how many times could he have gone to that amusement
That's nasty,
park?
dude.
The man has since remained unidentified despite the video going viral.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. As a man, there's just certain, like me as a man, right? There's two things that are off limits that I feel like a man should mess with: women and children, bro. If you're gonna have a problem with anybody else, have a problem with another man. Women and children, bro, leave them out of it. That is gross. W mom though, this lady right here, she did what she had to do. She didn't stay silent, and she bucked up. W her. Because this guy is disgusting. Before we go to the next video, y'all want to hear how I got how this dude next to me on the last ride of the night at Six Flags threw up on me. So I went with my homie Alvin Ace. Y'all know we be on the game together. Me and him are eating, right? And it's this dude eating a turkey leg. So you know, Six Flags got the big turkey legs, y'all. Like they pretty sizey. We saw him eat 1.5. Those be huge turkey legs, yo. We went to get funnel cakes after. He was there eating funnel cakes. He had a funnel cake, chocolate fudge with ice cream on it. I'm like, dang, like folks, he had to have been high. Last ride of the day, we are getting on the Batman. The Batman at Six Flags Great America, because I'm from Chicago, that's where we go. Probably my second to third most favorite ride. When I go to Six Flags, I have to ride the Batman, period, point blank, right? That's who's sitting next to me on the Batman. Our friend. I'm sitting in the front. Since it wasn't that many people at the park, every single ride I sat right in the front, which is really the best seat on the roller coaster. Boom. We go through the Batman, bro. We had a great freaking time, I thought. So I'm sitting there talking to my guy, and I'm just sitting there. I'm in the middle, for example. I'm sitting there talking. I'm like, why I smell like turkey leg? It was so much throw up on the ground, bro. Whoever sat on that seat next was pissed, because you know when you're at Six Flags, right? Put the thing down and then you clip it. It's like a seatbelt. The man threw up not only all over the floor, but it got all on the seatbelt too. And I'm like, yeah, nah. He had to have been high, y'all, because it reeked. It smelled like he ate so much. It was just like there's no way, like, yeah, that literally happened the last time I went to Six Flags. So, all right, chat. So this is the last one. We got 6 true camping /work/ home alone horror stories.
Spending a couple weeks in Montana last year.
Let's do it.
I had a camper I was living out of set up on the back of my truck.
I got another story about camping. I love camping, chat. I love camping.
Public land.
Fishing, camping, sleeping in tents.
This was one of my last days.
Brings out the child in me. I love it.
Back from the direction I came. Unfortunately, I had a bit of trouble with my truck that day, and it took most of the day to fix. So by the time the sun was setting, I'd barely made any progress on my drive.
Oh, heck, you know.
I got a coffee from a gas station and decided to go at least for 2 more hours, then find somewhere to camp out the night. Over the next little bit that I was driving, the road cleared up and was pretty much all to myself.
I love driving overnight because of that.
I used an app to find the nearest place I could camp at, and I found a spot that was just off the road on public land.
Oh, heck, you know.
When I got to the turn, it was a thin dirt path that went about a quarter mile.
You sure you're black, bro? Chill.
At the end was a small grass circle surrounded by the woods and nothing else. It was vacant of any other campers. I parked on the end of the circle,
I ain't gonna lie.
facing the exit, then walked around to the camper and got in. I think it was probably 11 or 12 by then.
Please tell me you locked the door.
I was just about ready to fall asleep as soon as I laid down. Only a minute or so later, though, a beam of light shined through the edges of the privacy screen that I had on my windows.
Instant instant. Not playing with nobody, please.
I sat up and lifted the corner just enough so I could see out the window. Someone else's headlights were coming down the path. As they got closer, up to the end of the path, they slowed to a stop. It looked like they saw me and maybe didn't want to camp at the same spot, but instead of turning around, they just stayed there on the end of the path. I could see that it was a truck, pretty old looking, with rust all over their front bumper.
All these are red flags,
were
bro.
Too bright to see much of anything else. Since they were still on the path, too, their truck was facing directly at me and blocking the whole way out.
Cooked.
Something about this felt off.
Oh my
It was
God.
just a gut feeling, I guess. But after a few minutes of them sitting there, I knew I wasn't going to be able to sleep here. I folded up my bed.
Is he
and
peeing
got
himself?
up.
Oh.
Before I could leave the camper and get into my truck, though, one of their doors opened. I looked back out the window.
Please
They
tell
had
me you
turned
got
their
something.
headlights off, and two men were standing outside in the dark. They began walking toward my camper, and I could only see the outline of something in their hands.
Dude.
I covered the window again and listened to their footsteps approaching.
You know why this camper is trash? The reason that I say I really love camping is I camped a lot as a kid. My grandfather, he had a camper and we used to go camping, fishing, all of that. That's why, you know, I was outdoors, bro. I touched grass. Our camper, we didn't have to get out the front seat to get in the camper. All we had to do was unbuckle our seatbelt and go through the middle and stay in the camper the whole time. And we like if he had that set up, he would have just been able to just boom. As soon as they got out, I'm speeding past them.
They were trying to be quiet.
They're trying to take
walking around my truck.
They're trying to take his Cadillac
until they
converter.
both suddenly stopped.
Oh, never mind.
It was like they suddenly knew somehow that I was awake. Hey, can you help us?
No.
We're just in need of some directions.
Can
you open up?
What you got a crowbar and a hammer for?
I was terrified now, and from their voice, I think they were drunk or something, so I had no idea what they were capable of. I snuck a look out one of the windows and could see one of them right up against my truck, holding a type of crowbar, sledgehammer, or something similar.
No, thank you.
That
The animation,
confirmed
I
their
know, right?
bad intentions, but I still had no way to leave without getting out of my camper and into my truck. One of them walked up to the door, scraping something against it and pressing into it, definitely trying to pop it open.
I know he wide awake
I don't
now.
know why
That
I was still
adrenaline
trying
is
to be
beating
quiet,
him.
as if they didn't know I was inside. But I put my legs against the door, trying to hold it in place. Then, completely out of nowhere, there was a gunshot. Not from the men, though. It was from farther out in the woods that were surrounding the area.
Oh, I thought he was
men
cooked.
stopped for a moment, then sprinted back to their truck. Within 30 seconds, they were gone. I still had no idea what that was.
Nigga was saved by the
I knew
bell.
if I was going to leave, now was my best chance.
I
fled from the camper and straight into the truck. I did a quick glance around as I started it up, but didn't see anyone in the woods that had fired their gun. I drove down the path and onto the main road, stopping an hour later at a relatively busy truck stop.
Yeah.
What really happened back there is up for debate.
No, it's not up for
I think
debate,
that
bro.
by some miracle, a hunter or someone camping had been close by and saw what was happening, so they fired a warning shot to save me.
Bro, this dude is such a L camper, bro. One thing that I learned about my grandfather is anytime we went camping, he always had a gun with him. I never knew where it was. I found it one time. Story for another stream. Guns in situations like this are so important, bro.
Considering how remote I was, though, it's just so unlikely that I can't say for sure. But it's really the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, God, that's it.
If not for
God
it,
is
though,
the
my truck and camper would probably be anonymously listed on Craigslist right now.
Yeah, you would
and
be.
I probably never would have been seen again.
It would have took your butt and left. It would have been cooked, gang.
I work at a gas station.
Yeah. All right, lock
I've been
in.
there for several years, and this night was one that I assumed would be like all the rest.
He looked like Ash Ketchum a little bit with yellow hair.
And took over for the day worker, who went home right away.
Yo, what's up, bro?
The first couple hours went by quickly, as there were still customers coming in regularly.
This is a job that I'm happy I never had to do.
Pay for gas with cash.
Working at a gas station overnight.
Between 11 and 12,
absolutely
it slowed
not.
down to where it began feeling like the shift was dragging on. I kept myself busy for another hour, or at least tried to, with stocking whatever I could find. But then I was left with the dreaded second half of my shift. It was always slow, boring, and just not enjoyable.
You better get you
Around
a tripod, start making TikToks.
And parked in the spaces
if you can get rich doing anything, I would have instantly been a TikToker.
Recently, but just to get gas real quick. Very rarely would someone actually park in the
It's so weird going to gas stations that don't have protective glass.
The night.
Yeah, you from the trenches, gang.
I stood up straight and tried to rub the tired look off my face, expecting them to come in. A couple minutes went by though, and they didn't. I leaned over the counter.
Oh, you finna get robbed.
The glass door, but couldn't really see anything.
They finna come in here and take everything.
The reflections on the door were blocking any way for me to see inside their car. Maybe they were just taking a break from a long drive.
Dude,
I didn't bother caring too much about it.
Dude, I ain't gonna lie, bro. All the stories that we watched tonight, there's one thing that horror short stories all lack, and y'all know what it is, bro. Common sense and street smarts. It's a combination of the both, because it's like if you have enough common sense / street smart, stuff like this just does not happen to you. You work at a gas station overnight, somebody's just in there, like, bro, your red flag should be ding 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 ding. Hey, I might be, you know what I'm saying, I might be getting robbed. Charles Darwin was right, bro. Man,
I sat back and pulled up my phone. I spaced
natural
out,
selection,
reading through random articles and whatnot for probably 20 or so minutes. During that time, I never heard anything or saw anything, but eventually I looked up from my phone and my heart almost stopped.
And then you on your phone, bro.
There was a guy inside the store, standing in one of the aisles.
And then you just on your
right
phone.
His eyes darted away as soon as I saw him. This guy looked like he was mid-40s.
Is that Phase Jeff?
Jacket on and a scruffy beard.
Why they animate him like Phase Jeff?
Or heard him enter. So how the hell did he get in?
Hey, man.
While my mind was racing, I just watched as the man kept walking around, glancing over at me a few times to see if I was looking, like he was planning to do something as soon as I looked away. Then, after just 30 seconds, he suddenly hurried toward the front door and ran outside. I got up and ran to look out.
No, don't run out. Don't run out.
The car was still there, but
Close
the
it.
guy walked right past it and just out to the road until I could no longer see him.
He hired the crackhead. Yep, sure did.
I immediately went to the cameras to see how he got in and figure out what was going on.
Figure it out. Lock
in. It only
in.
took me a minute to find the footage of him slowly and quietly getting out of the car, then going to the back of the gas station. There were no cameras back there, but those doors were never locked since the gas station was technically always open.
Why?
What's really odd is that there were 15 minutes between the time he went around to the back to the time he walked out onto the sales floor.
You know what he had to do, Chad? He had to go back there and make sure he had a clear head. He had to make sure that he knew what he was doing, and he wanted to make sure that he wanted to do this. So you know what he went back there and did? He just went back there and just, yep, he needed some clarity. That's exactly what happened. 15 minutes? Yeah. I know some. Hey man, if I ever won the lottery, that's the first thing I'm doing. I need a clear head immediately.
Came to help me investigate, ultimately finding the car he left to have been a stolen vehicle from
So he stole the car from months ago.
They didn't know anything about the guy or his motives. Sneaking around though,
that looks like Phase
had
Jeff,
something
bro.
else intended for that night, and I think I was really lucky that for one reason or another,
he was finna take you, bro.
Decided not to go through.
Look at him, terrified. He was finna get took because you ain't got no street smart. I used to love chilling at the crib with my homies, playing video games all day. Man, y'all have no idea.
I spent pretty much all day
PlayStation 3
or watching whatever was on TV.
Yes,
Sometimes
sir.
I'd go outside
I wasn't
or
there.
hang with some friends. but it was raining this day, so I was hunkered down inside.
He in there watching.
My dad always worked until 10, and my mom was a nurse, so her schedule
she was never
all
home.
over the place. Most of this day, I was playing on the PS3, but around 7-ish, I went to the kitchen to make food.
That boy playing.
While I was
That boy
in there,
playing good video
a knock
games, ain't he?
came at the front door. I didn't really want to answer, and as a kid,
Smart.
I was always nervous when someone was at the door.
Oh.
So I waited a minute and tried to just be quiet until they left.
I always went to went to that
several
peephole.
more times though, I snuck over to the door and looked out the peephole to see if maybe it was a neighbor or someone else I knew. I was really confused though, and kind of alarmed to see a police officer. He was.
I saw that nigga face and it gave me the chills, yo. Yeah, look at this police officer. I don't care how young I am not letting this man in my house. I never used to open the door for anybody anyway. I remember one time the police knocked on our door and I was like, sorry. My mama said I can't let nobody in this house. That's exactly what I did. Perk 30, easily. You gotta talk to me through the door. Ted Bundy disguised himself as a cop? Exactly.
He was standing on our porch, looking around and waiting for me to answer. And now I felt like I had to.
Look at him.
I opened the door.
You didn't know.
It was still cold and rainy outside.
Oh my God.
The officer was drenched. Being a kid, my eyes were immediately drawn toward the gun on his hip. And overall, I just felt scared or like I was in trouble. He asked my name, then reassured me that everything was okay and I didn't have anything to worry about. He then smiled, as if trying to keep me calm, but his teeth were noticeably rotting and yellow.
Oh.
Which then got me to notice how overall unkempt he looked. Like, usually cops were well put together, so this was really off-putting. He definitely noticed my hesitation though, because he tried to speed up the conversation, saying he needed to search the home.
For what, officer?
I was terrified,
Officer,
and confused.
Officer
but
Yuckmouth.
I knew something was wrong, and that's when I noticed that there was no police car by my house.
Now you notice.
Especially with it raining, all these red flags piled up, and just as he was starting
you
to
smarter
step
you smarter
forward,
than the last dude.
I slammed the door and
Perfect.
locked it. He didn't even try to say anything else. He immediately slammed something against the door, hard enough to shake the entire door and push me back a little. Thinking the door would give out, I ran to the home phone and dialed 911.
Perfect. This little boy is
freaking out.
This little boy, the
much,
smartest one.
I'm surprised the operator even understood a word I said. The guy outside.
This is who he was finna let in, y'all. This is who he was finna let in. Look at him. High and upset.
Didn't give up the whole time though, and was even there still, banging on the door.
Sound like he was knocking on my door.
I heard him trying to convince them he was a real cop, but obviously that didn't go well.
Man, you got that from Party City.
He was
Nigga, you ain't
taken in,
fooling me.
And initially, my parents didn't tell me much about the charges.
I know they
probably
mad.
for my own safety. But a few years later, they told me that during the interrogation, the man admitted to attempting to kidnap me. Had I been any more trusting, I don't know where I'd be right now.
Stop. Nah. Dude, I got the chills off that last one. That first one and that last one got me good. Dude, Chad, that was a nasty one. The first one, holy cannoli, guacamole, bologna. Gummy, I'ma say this with all the love I got in my heart for you, bro. Don't ever say no shit like that to me again. Yeah, I'm stopping the recording. Like, subscribe, all that. Yeah, y'all bugging.